Hey guys, it's Alexis, aka The Soft Reader, and I'm here today to do my March TBR. Usually I don't do TBRs just because the way I'm kind of feeling a lot when I read is very just random, and a lot of times it'll change my mood. Sometimes I'll be like, oh, I've read too many contemporary, I don't want to read contemporary anymore, blah blah blah. So, yes, but there are a couple of books I really want to get to this month for one reason or another, so I am going to go ahead and try to set it as my goal to read those this month. I'm going to start off by mentioning the first two arcs I definitely want to get to in the month of March. The first one is 10 Things I Can See From Here by Carrie Mack. This actually came out on February 28th, and I had been hoping to finish it before then, but unfortunately I didn't. And this basically tells the story of our main character who deals with really terrible anxiety, and it's about basically, I think she ends up having to move in with her dad when her mother leaves or something like that, and that kind of all sets her anxiety on edge, and she ends up meeting this girl who, you know, kind of helps her quiet the, you know, anxiety within her, and so it is a female-female romance, which is super awesome. And a lot of the reviews I have read for it already have said that the writing's really good, and a lot of people have said that it's not a romance story about having a mental illness that's cured with romance. They said that that's very explicitly not what the story's about, so I definitely was super interested to pick it up, and I was excited when I did get approved for it from NetGalley. The other book I definitely want to read is the next one, arc I definitely want to get to in March, is The Bone Witch by Ren Chpeko, which comes out on March 7th. I probably won't get to it before then, but I do really still want to read it. It is, I think, the only arc that I have that comes out in March, so I definitely want to get to it sometime in March and see what it's all about. All I really know about it is that it is about a girl who's a necromancer. Literally, that's all I know, so. The next book I want to get to is one of the ones that was on my 15 books I want to read in 2017, and that is Before I Fall by Lauren Oliver. The movie for this actually came out on March 3rd, and I probably won't be going to see it only because I do want to read the book first. Also, going to the movies is expensive and I don't have money for that, but I do still want to read this sometime in March, so that when it comes out on DVD, I will have the chance to Redbox it, but also so that, you know, when it's still a topical book because of the movie, I'll still be able to add in my opinion of it. The next book I really want to get to in March is To All the Boys I've Loved Before by Jenny Han. I have been saying since like the middle of January that I was going to read this book in the next coming week or whatever, but of course the third book in the series is approaching its release date. And I think actually what I'm going to do is I actually have a trip I'm going on in March, and I know my library actually has the audiobook for this, so I think what I'm actually going to do is get the audiobook for it and read that, and then that way when I get back from my trip, I'll be ready to pick up the second one and then the third one whenever it eventually does come out. The next one I definitely want to read is one I've already started reading, so it's definitely going to be finished in March, and it's a February release, and that was The Hate U Give by Angie Thomas. This, of course, is a story inspired by the Black Lives Matter movement, and I do live in America, so that is a very topical thing to write a book about, and so many people have said that this is such a poignant and game-changing YA novel, and I definitely think it's the kind of content that we need to be seeing in YA. And so I've really enjoyed what I've read so far, and I'm excited to read it and have, you know, an opinion on the book as a whole. The next book is one I rented from my library, so I definitely intend to read it in March, and that is Wonder by R.J. Palacio. This, of course, has a movie coming out in April, and it's basically about a young boy, I believe he's 10, named Augie, who has a facial deformity, and it's basically about how he goes to public school for the first time, or it might be a private school, I really don't know. And it's basically about how suddenly he's in the world with a bunch of other people, and it's kind of about him dealing with being amongst, you know, a large group of people like that for the first time. And I believe it's also a lot from perspectives of other people reacting to what Augie's going through and stuff. And so I definitely want to see the movie. It has Julia Roberts in it, that's all I really know, but my library had this, and I figured what a perfect time to just go ahead and pick it up. The last book I definitely want to get to this month is Percy Jackson and the Olympians, The Titan's Curse. This is the third book in the series. I have also already started reading this one. back in January, and then I took a break in February for Feminist Literature February. But it is my goal for this year to read both the Percy Jackson series and to also read The Heroes of Olympus by Rick Riordan, so I definitely need to kind of make sure that I am reading a Percy Jackson book a month, obviously the exception being February, and I'm really enjoying these. They're very fast, they're fun, so yeah, I'm really excited to jump back into the Percy Jackson world. Alright guys, so those were all of the books I would like to read in the month of March. It could be a pretty ambitious TBR, but I think with my trip and having an audiobook option and also having Wonder being one of them, it is, you know, juvenile fiction, so hopefully that and Percy Jackson won't take me long to read, so I'm pretty confident I can get through it. But you guys should let me know down below what books you're hoping to read in the month of March, and I'll see you guys soon with another video. Bye!